some fun now. Yeah, here. Come and listen to a story about a political hillbilly. Thought things in Washington was looking kind of silly. Then one day when he was looking for the truth, up from the internet popped up proof. Yeah, here.
Sustained protest.
Documentation, that is. Patriot Act and Farm Reports. Next thing you know, hillbilly getting mad. That's no reason for none of you sad. Load up speeder with all the proof. Got it on YouTube to spread the truth. Yeah, here.
Sustained protest.
Yo. Whoa. Yo. There we go. By God, I think I may have this audio issue licked there. I'm going to need a little bit of feedback in text there, so you guys going to have to help me out now. Come on, help another flat earther out on this. What is it? July 15th, 2017. Well, as officially noon today, the month will be half over, being there is 31 days in this month. I can do those consensus without my shoes on. Yeehaw, as Gravity Sucks says out there. Gravity sucks? That's what the heliocentrics try to tell you, that gravity will suck you right towards the center of the ball. But we know that gravity sucks means that, Jesus Christ, get this hypothetical situation out of the equation, had 500 years to prove gravity to be a fact. If it was factual, it wouldn't take no 500 years to prove it. It wouldn't take no 500 years to describe it. Whether you're going to say that it was done by the means of the Earth's core, the spinning Earth's core amongst all that molten metal within there, compared to the change in, what was it, 2000 or 1915? Yes, sir, 1915, when Einstein proved himself wrong, where we went from the general theory of relativity to relativity. Objects traveling through space, the bigger objects will attract the smaller object. Alright, now that that's being said there, I do want to do one thing, and I want to go grab me some YouTube audio. But before I do that, I do want to get my property set up right, because I'm doing more than one test here. I want to try to be able to make it so we can do chat, and people who's getting banned are not seeing they're getting banned. Yes, sir. I want that. Too bad, hillbilly. Some things you want in life you just can't have. But let's see if I can't have this one, okay? So let me go ahead and set them properties up real quick. Okay, there we go. Let's see, click on that, right click, properties. Boy, I'm getting quick with this shit. Getting quick. Okay, there we go. Now let's make sure that she keeps on strolling. Now, people, pay attention. Yes, sir, because sometimes I might be typing under political hillbilly, and other times I may be typing under hillbilly heaven. Now, my intents are, after I get used to this part and a bigger monitor, because to do all this properly, I will be needing a bigger monitor. This monitor It's got to go. First of all, I want half my desktop back. Yes, sir. And we know it consumes more than half my desktop. Hey, anybody think I'm sounding like Wolfman Jack today? I think I sound a little bit like Wolfman Jack. Oh! Anyways, let's get this show a rocking and a rolling. Let's get this show a rocking and a rolling. Flat Earth Sorceress, Wolfman. Oh, speaking of Wolfman, hey, what do you talk about a coincidence there? What a coincidence that was. Shout out to Wolfman Jack. Hawk Flat. Boy, his chest looks pretty damn big to me. Hey, it's not flat, boy. I don't know. Maybe I need to put on my spectacles. Oh, man. Now, let's go grab us a piece of audio there. First of all, let's go ahead and play Mr. Alistair McCauley, Truth Will Set You Free. And I'll probably let the whole song play out because as Hillbilly was doing this, as we can see, Hillbilly got some coffee, boy. He don't have to run down to the corner store and rely on a cup here and a cup there. Yes, sir. Bought me some coffee yesterday. Some Gojo. Yes, sir. Or the Morning Joe. Okay, let's do this. Quit talking about it, Hillbilly, and get her done. Get her done. Now, let's see here. I think I just have to push play if I got the audio properly set up right. Let's find out.
Here's a wee song called The Truth Will Set You Free.
Switch on my TV, 'cause all they do is lie. And I don't need no programming telling me what to buy. And I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. Don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in God. Don't believe in war. Oh, the reasons why they're far. Don't believe celebrities pretending to be what they ain't. Make poverty history the same, posing the same. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. Don't believe banks are honest, fleece you to the bone. When they've taken all they can, even take your home. I don't believe the justice system will give you what you deserve. It's all run by bad judges, Lucifer they serve. I believe the truth will set you I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free.
Well, I believe the truth will set you free, he says. I say, I know the truth will set you free. What do you think, people? What do you think? Oh, well, let's get this show rocking and rolling with one more quick test, and that's going to be a YouTube video. Make sure I can get a YouTube video through here. So, without further ado, let's bring this little rascal back up here and find an empty page here. Find an empty page. Why in the heck I got the dashboard open twice? There's an empty page. Let's use that one. Okay. Well, I should just click YouTube. I don't want to play my own videos. Well, at least I know I won't get a copyright if I do that. So, nah, let's just go to YouTube. Creative Comments. Yeah, Creative Comments. Catching on to all this bullshit now. Yes, sir. They're going to be hard to file a legitimate copyright claim on me anymore. I'm here to tell you. Let's just go for, what do we want? What do we want? Let's see. Just type in anything. Let's type in what we're going to talk about Saturday or Wednesday. Weed Wednesday, we're going to talk about THC. Yes, sir. Weed Wednesday, getting this baby all set up to be like a Hollywood production. Boy, you know, damn shame though. Oh, if I would do, I forget. I said I was going to go to Creative Comments, and I never did. Creative Comments. Okay, now there's a short one. Let's go. Okay, open it. I don't need to open it in a new tab. Okay, shut the fuck up, Hill. Mistaken, you guys ought to be hearing me right now too. How about that? Tell me if you're hearing me. Sometimes they tell me I might want to mix with this little button right here. Which one is it? Right there. Now you ought to be hearing that slightly in the background, and you're hearing my audio over it, right? Tell me if I'm right. If so, a 57-year-old man learned something off of a 7-year-old kid making a tutorial. How you like that? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's over with. That was a short video, wasn't it? All right, bring text back up here. Did you guys hear me and the audio in the background? Cool beans! Jesus Christ, Hillbilly learned something off of a 7-year-old kid. But hey, as long as it's factual, I don't care how good it was or how old he was. As long as it's factual, because we all know that we are truthers and we rely on facts. That's why not only are we truthers, we are flat earthers. Oh, doggy. Yeah. Let's see, what else we going to do here? What else? Oh, I know what else I'm going to do. I promised myself I would not hit that vape pen until I kick this audio in the ass. So here in a second, I'm going to take care of that. Okay. Oh, I'm pretty sure I got the Hangouts part of it going right too. So maybe one of you, I know I don't see a name out there that I normally join me in a Hangout. Let's see. Yep. Oh yeah, display screen, play screen, control screen, got her all going on. Woo-hoo. I can see what's going on, what you guys see. Here's where I'm going to play what I want you to see. And here's my control panel. But boy, I need to get rid of this big ass thing. Yes, sir. So I'm going to be working on that too. See, I got a bid on YouTube. I ain't gonna go out and spend big bucks on one of them nice ones. But one of these days, somewhere, somebody's gonna be asleep, and I'll nab your 24 or 36-inch flat screen for just a few bucks there. I don't mind paying the shipping if I can get one for 10 bucks. Yes, sir. Or get free shipping and pay 20 bucks. Either way, it's about the same, right, people? Okay, got my coffee, got my audio fixed, got a little bit of THC. Man, you talk about being in hillbilly heaven. We are in hillbilly heaven. One thing I do want to do, let's see, do I really need, well, what do I need to do here? Oh, I need to mod up to political hillbilly. All you people got in wrenches can ban me. Oh, man, imagine that. Get banned on my own channel. Boy, that would truly suck, wouldn't it? Okay, so need to go back here to dashboard and need to type something in there, just anything. JJJ. Okay. And let's see here. Now let's wrench that name up. There we go. Bingo. Bingo. That way, in case I accidentally slip up and one of these trolls come in and trick me into me giving them a wrench, they can't ban me. At least that part of it anyways. But I would have to go over here. Whoops. Let me take away my wrench just for a second. Let me take away my wrench just for a second, because I want to test something here. Okay, remove as moderator. Now let's make sure that went through. Okay, JJJ again, and now I shouldn't have a wrench. Whoops, there we go. All right, now somebody put the political hillbilly channel in timeout, not block. Time me out. Okay? Please time me out. Tell me when you're done. Tell me when you're done. Here, I'll type something in. I should get a message. Yep, I'm timed out. All right. Now, is it being displayed in text? Is it being displayed in text? Nope. It's not being displayed in text. Cool beans. Cool beans. Now I gotta wait for the timeout so I can, or no I don't, I can scroll back up and give myself a wrench again, can I? Boy, I'm getting this shit figured out with just 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Okay, add as moderator, and I can wait on that 5 minutes. Which one of you people time me out? Dave H in the house. Dave H from Hawaii. Aloha, my good friend. Says PHB was timed out by the Hawk. Gosh darn it, Hawk. You think I'll rip my shirt off and show you what a chest is all about? A bear chest. Yes, sir. Ain't no grass growing on this chest. It's a damn playground. Dave Hinkle in the house. I see it displayed on my screen. That's because you got a wrench there, Dave. The whole idea is for the trolls not to see who's getting timed out or who's timing them out. Granted, they'll see it when they go to type something in and they see that big old red bar by their name. They'll know they're timed out. But anyways, let's get on with this. Didn't really have a format set up of what I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to start doing that too, because that just makes this sit rocking and a rolling all night long. Hate to get to steal a song from Happy Days, but I am in Happy Days now that I got this audio shit all figured out. Oh, Happy Days. Yes, sir. Hillbilly's in the zone. What zone? The speeding zone. Don't tell the po-po. Don't tell the po-po. Jimmy out there, he can be my test victim when I get ready to test out the hangout part of it. Make sure the hangout part of it's gone, and that's all we got left to test. But like I said, Hillbilly needs to hit his vape pen since he got this far. I consider this a victory. Now, let's see if the timeout's done on the political Hillbilly. Let's see if the timeout's done on the Nope. Can't. Whoop. Can't type. Gosh darn it. Maybe I have to do that. Close that out. Now. Nope. Can't enter. Gosh darn you people timing me out. Oh well. Rare form. I was in rare form yesterday morning too there, Jimmy. Yes, sir, I was. But I was having audio issues. I don't know how my audio went and got all messed up, but I'm glad I got this figured out before I went and got me an exterior sound card or an exterior whatever it is. Hell, you city slickers with all this high technology, I forget the name of half of these damn programs and hardware and shit. What can I say? I'm just a dumbass hillbilly. Anyways, let me go ahead and fire up a hangout here. Okay, well, we know the trolls like getting that link, so let me go ahead and pop this off, pop it over. Boy, I'm catching on to this bullshit. Yes, I am. Okay, let's see. I want to go over here to Hangouts. That's what I want. Hangouts. My mama taught me right. That's how you spell it. Okay. Now, gosh darn it, I didn't want that whole link. It popped up the whole link. This probably won't let me in. Yep, you're not authorized. You are not an authorized representative of that hangout. Okay, let's go to Google, then Hangouts. Boom. Backspace that. Google Hangouts. I need to quit acting dumb and talking out loud. How many people heard me doing that yesterday? And what did I do? I was talking while I was typing in my password, and I actually verbally said my password. Shame on you, dumb hillbilly. But boy, no harm, no foul. I went through each and everything and changed my password before the trolls got me. Ooh, doggy, they could have had fun with that one, couldn't they? Can't believe I did that. Okay, video call. Okay, and copy the link, close that out. How about it, Jibby the Jedi Master? How about coming in and giving me an audio test? First of all, I want to know, are you guys hearing me twice? Are you hearing me somewhat echoing? Morgan Ellis in the house. Now, there's one of the reasons why I need two texts open. But let's get over here to the dashboard. Let's say dashboard. Morgan Ellis. Where's Morgan Ellis at? There we go. Whoop, you guys got my text jumping too fast. Hey, everybody. Duck rent's going through the air. Yes, sir. And ma'am, if whatever the case may be. Let's see. Morgan Ellis, this is a Hillbilly channel. That's why we have to wrench it. Or this is hillbilly heaven. Hillbilly heaven, not PHB. You was wrenched up in PHB, but now, if you ducked, you didn't get a noogie on your head as I threw that wrench in your direction. Okay, let's see here. Now I want to go to Skypey Dipey. Skype! Help Skype! Help me Skype it. Let's see here. Where's Jibby Jedi Master? Yeah, I've got a pretty long friends list here on my contact list. So Jibby might be hiding one of them trees on a flat earth, you know. So let me go and look behind each and every tree for my big old buddy Jibby the Jedi Master. Man, I got too long of a list. Some reason won't let me alphabetize it anymore, neither. That makes her pretty easy. Then there's no trees to hide behind, Jibby. But right now you're a hiding like nobody else ever hid before. I can't find you. I can't find you. Gosh darn it, Jibby the Jedi. I know you're on here. He knows he's on here. Gosh darn it. Beep, 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 beep. Come on, hillbilly. This is like dead air. That's what you're trying to avoid. Dead air. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, we're gonna get Nightbot hooked up to this bullshit too. That's the next motive of attack. Aha! I found you. I found you. You was behind a big old oak tree next to the tall willow tree. I found you, Jibby. Yes, I did. Okay, says you're online. Paste and enter. I couldn't take. Well, I guess I could. Skype can delete that. Okay, how about it, Jibby the Jedi Master? Come in here and help a poor old hillbilly out. Okay. Now, is the link being exposed on the Hangout? Nope. Okay. And I can put this on the other screen. Whoop, not that one, this one, hillbilly. You know better than that. Okay, and I can make this full screen. There we go. Now at OBS, make sure the link's not exposed. Okay. And let's give Jibby, see if he can give him, or maybe he put something in text. Maybe he said he can't in text. I don't know. Let's check it out. Hillbilly, you know people who claim to be awake, right? Right, we are. Discard pretty much everything we've heard. Yeah, I'm setting up a Facebook page too. I'm setting up a Facebook page. You ought to see the banner on that. Yeah, it's got, here's what I get, hillbilly. Sorry we encountered a problem joining this video call. Ah, man. Let's see here. Can you try it one more time? Try it one more time before I change it on my end. Are you using Chrome too? A Chromodome. How are the raccoons? Boy, they're all masked up to be bandits, I tell you. Now, I'm getting a small problem with the daddy raccoon outside. You know, got 9 raccoons in total. All of them's welcome to come in and out all they want, except for Rakin's not allowed to go out on his own accord there. No, sir, he needs a babysitter when he goes outside. But the daddy raccoon, I don't know what's going on. When I got like 5 food bowls outside my back door, and when I put them out there, there's food out there. He gets pretty, I'm not going to say mean, but pushy. Okay, tried it 3 times, got the same message. Oh, man. Are you using Google Chrome, Jibby? Using SeaMonkey, what I've been using in the past year now. I never heard of a browser called Sea Monkey. Learn something new each and every day, and there Jimmy taught me something. There's a browser out there I never tried. Do you got Chrome? Yeah, let's see here. Alright, let me make sure I got the whole link, but I hit the copy deal, didn't I? Okay, let's see here. Jimmy Jedi. Jebby Jedi. Why wouldn't it see? Oh, I got J-E, not J-I. Dumb hillbilly. Dumb hillbilly. There you are. Invite. Let's try it that way once. Let's try it that way. You know how to get to that, right? I'm pretty sure you do by now. I'm pretty sure you do by now. Whoa, excuse me, not bad manners. Good coffee. If I was from the South, Jebby Jedi. My brother Jeb. Uh-oh. I ain't got a problem with plenty of coffee up my cupboard. I ain't got a problem with plenty of coffee in my coffee pot, but boy, I got a problem with enough coffee in my coffee cup. So I shall be right back. There we go. There we go. Nice thing about having a coffee pot so close to the computer. But I'm just teasing you people. When you live in a house this small, everything's close. Okay, here. Now I don't see Jibby here yet. And he didn't say nothing about getting the same error. Maybe I need to come in on Firefox. Who knows? How about Dave H? I'll send a link to Dave H too. Let's see here. I'll send an invite to Dave H. Invite. Paste. There. If you ain't got time to join me for long, Dave H, just join me for a second. Where's the link you just sent, Scott? Should be in Gmail. I got mail. That's how I accidentally gave out my password yesterday. Yeah, whoa, Dave H came in that quick. He was ready. For some reason I'm getting feedback though. Now he popped out. You still there, Dave? Let's see, I'm getting feedback.
I had my watch.
I'm still getting squealing and feedback though. You got headsets on? Yeah, did you just mute your mic, I take it? Because there just went my feedback. No more feedback. Let's see. Hillbilly Heaven, just a second. I have to go do some work. You be up.
All right, I had my watch page open twice.
Twice. There, no more feedback. I got coffee today, Belly Sunday. Plenty of damn coffee out there today. Alright, now I knew there was going to be a slight issue with this, so let me go back. I need to have everything open twice, man, in order to do that. Let's see, where it happened to my dashboard, or did I send it over here? There, yeah, that's what happened to it. Okay, Maryland, watch out, people, duck, wrench coming through the air. Wrenchy coming through the air. Boom. Alright. Okay, boy, I think I got this all freaking licked, except for why my exterior mic is not working. But I got the solution for that, too. I just need to go out and get me a USB mic.
I use a USB mic.
Yeah, well, right now I'm going through the 3.5 jack, and for some reason, if I just barely bump the wire, it goes out and then it comes back in, and the only way I can get it to re-recognize it is to reboot my system, reboot the whole computer, which in turn kills the Hangout. Chris the Truth Seeker out there. Hey, like this, Chris the Truth Seeker. We know Hillbilly's a researcher. I went and researched my audio problem. Finally. Yes, sir. Fixed it all on my own with the help of a 7-year-old little boy. Doing one of them there tutorials on YouTube. 57-year-old man learned something from a little 7-year-old boy on audio and a computer and OBS. Never be afraid to admit you don't know, 'cause you'll never learn nothing if you don't admit you don't know. So how's Dave today? I take it Jibby still can't enter?
How's everything going today? It sounds like you're pretty happy with your setup so far.
Yep. After 3 or 4 days of whooping my butt, I whooped its butt back. Trolls can't get under my skin.
I have the same problem with my mic that you were talking about. I have to. It's a USB, but I got a bad connection somewhere, and every once in a while it makes pops in the audio, and everybody gets all upset. I think it's real loud.
Huh.
And then sometimes it doesn't show up in the window, when you're trying to choose it, in the properties or whatever it's called.
Yep. Well, I hope I don't have that issue, because that's exactly what I got going on right now with my 3.5 jack. Hillbilly, can I read you Skype, please? Yes, you can, Chris. Here, let me go ahead and put the link in the Sheldon Cooper Fund for Map. Is that what you... Oh, can I read my Skype? I bet Chris the Truth Seeker went and said. Hey.
I haven't started up Skype.
Let's see here. Do I got the right link? Yeah, let's see. Now, this will tell me whether it's on my end. Whoop, nope, I got to copy the link again. I had Dave H. last thing on clipboard. Okay, right. Okay, Control C.
Mine came through as a call on Hangouts. It was like ringing. I happened to have that open.
Is that how you got in here so quick? I was wondering how you got in so quick. Let's see, Control.
Yeah, so I just answered it, and I was suddenly in the call.
Well, I appreciate you joining me, because for some reason Jibby can't get in. And before I close this out, I wanted to figure out whose end it was on.
I'm using Chrome's, and so maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah. Now this is a regular offline hangout, Jibby. This is not an online hangout, so I don't know. Maybe let's find out if Chris the Truth Seeker has a hard time joining.
Huh. But it's the type that can't be sniped then, right?
Yep, I cannot be sniped. All they can do is if the link accidentally gets exposed, they can come in and do their little porn trick as they go around with their porn derogatory names. And all I have to do is 2 simple clicks, and that's gone until they do. Now, maybe a inconvenience where I'd have to start another hangout, but like, there's Jibby the Jedi Master. Like I said, it may be an inconvenience just for a second, like a pimple on my ass is an inconvenience, but I can eliminate them to where they can't do it with 2 simple clicks and just simply start another hangout with a fresh slinky dinky. How about it, Jibby? Unmute your mic and make sure that part of it's working. I see your mic muted right now, sir.
Yep, here we go. How's that?
There we go. We got Jibby the Jedi Master going. We got Dave H from Hawaii. Let's see, we're going to have the Hillbilly in here. Chris the Truth Seeker, I think, is coming. Let me pay attention. Okay, all done. Oh, I know, I think what he's doing. He's playing gatekeeper on the back door. Okay, see. Seen Dave Hinkle out there. Dave Hinkle likes to join in until it's time to go to bed. So, Dave, you need a link, or are you into Sheldon Cooper Fun for Map, or don't you want to join?
He was just getting ready to go to work, Hillbilly.
Oh, Dave's getting ready to go to work?
Yeah, he's going to watch it on text or whatever, but he's going to be at work.
Okay. Antonio removed me and tons of us from the Sheldon Cooper. Yeah, about anybody who was inactive for a little while.
Oh yeah, I didn't have Skype for a few weeks. I tried to do an update thing, and then that was it. There was Conflict City, and I just didn't get around to it. And then I get back, and I see me and a whole ton of people removed from Sheldon Cooper.
Oh yeah, I had the same issue with all kind of conflicts when right before I lost my internet connection, it updated. It worked fine, and then I don't know, it was probably March, because I went through it for about a month before I lost my internet connection, where I was having all kind of conflicts. Then when I got my internet back, it did another update, and it fixed those very conflicts.
I went back to an older version, and this was like, oh, the hell with it. But it was a pain, because when I thought I was uninstalling the new version, it was just, I was having problems uninstalling, reinstalling, because it leaves things behind. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, this is going to be a headache, so I'm just going to put it off. It's only got a lot of free time. And then I come back, and I'm in different groups now all of a sudden, and I'm out of other groups. It's like, can't even take 2 weeks off.
Well,
Is this Skype you're talking about?
Yeah.
There's groups in Skype. Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. It's, you just different 20, 30 participants, and, different themes, musicians, flat earth, things like that.
maybe I need to start a Skype group for everybody who does join my hangout, just for I can throw the link out there once for anybody.
Yeah, like the link dispenser, like food chain and stuff.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
It should be like a cool flat earther link dispensary. I don't know, flat earther link dispensary, and who gives a shit, flat earth link dispensary.
But I would ask that anybody who I invite, you personally don't add nobody to the list. If you want somebody added to the list, get a hold of me and I'll add them. Because that's the bad part. That's how Antonio's hangout got so far out of control. Anybody can add somebody once you're in the group.
I hope that's not why he got rid of me. I've never done anything like that.
Yeah.
People passing the link to eventually
I read that.
Way to Tommy Osmond.
Yeah, I read that apparently. Chris was saying somebody was screen capturing shit from the Skype group to the trolls or whatever, so there was an infiltrator apparently. I'm glad I made the list.
Can I ask a question about the Skype? Does it still the YouTube still runs fine while you're running Skype
It
simultaneously?
depends on your processor and RAM, because if your computer is not kind of up to date, it's going to take a lot of resources, and you're going to have lag on one of the others, or everything.
And what's the reason to go to Skype instead of just doing it within the Google and stuff?
I don't know, people. It's good to have different mediums, just in case they
Yeah, it is good. Yeah.
Because the way I got my audio set up right now, I can do Hangout or Skype. Now, Skype, one nice thing about it is, the way I'm understanding the way I got my audio routed, is on Skype I can actually channel the voices to one more channel and make that separation. So if a troll would happen to get that particular link, if I did it Skype versus Hangout, I could eliminate the troll. But this way, I have to close out the Hangout and start up another Hangout.
Yeah, you just close the call out and then recall those people.
Well, no,
Yeah.
on Skype.
While it's still streaming.
On Skype, I can just personally block the troll. You people may be able to hear them if you don't block them, but on my end, I won't hear them through the Hangout on the YouTube watch page. They won't hear them. I think I got this audio issue whipped right square in the ass.
So the Skype.
Did you get a hardware mixer, or you did it without hardware?
It's going through a mixer, but it's not a hardware mixer, because that's exactly what I was going to do. I was going to buy a hardware mixer. But what I went out and did is I'd done a bunch of tutorials. Voicemeeter Banana can be somewhat confusing to a dumb old hillbilly. I watched tutorial after tutorial after tutorial and couldn't get it. Well, finally I watched a little kid's tutorial. Boom. Right through. He explained it in common sense level, and everything just clicked. He told me about channels A1, A2, A3 versus B1, B2, where to route shit at. Within 15 minutes I was up a rocking and a rolling all night long.
I usually don't hear what those kids are saying. They talk so fast and slurry. I'm like, what is he saying? Is he just speaking fluoride? I can't understand it.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Some people talk like you already should know this part, and you should already know that part. No, I'm kind of new to Voicemeeter. I wish that kid, the very kid that taught me how to do Voicemeeter, I think I'll go back and ask him if he knows how to do 3D animation and help a hillbilly out there. Boy, I can run Sony Vegas Pro, I can run Camtasia, I can run Windows Movie Maker, but when you get into 3D, whoop, right over my head.
I ain't getting all those yet. Well,
We could model the globe, the fake globe, versus the nice flat plane, and fly above it within the virtual world and see how it would look.
Yep. Good morning, Raw K Vibrations. Hugs, girlfriend. One question I did want to ask that I forgot to ask people now that I got the Hangout going. Are you guys hearing any double feed? Not echo to say, but slight double feed.
nope, nothing. Clear.
Well, not you guys, the watch page.
Oh, I was hearing a little bit of an echo from everybody on the watch page before I jumped in.
Well, yeah,
It's gotten better.
Dave had his watch page, double watch page going, so he thought he was muted, and here he wasn't
Yeah.
muted. That was that echo at first when Dave came in.
Yeah, that was all my fault at the beginning. Because I answered the call without thinking, I was still watching the show, the regular watch page, and suddenly I got that call and I just answered it, and suddenly I was in there making feedback.
Yeah.
Then I tried to turn it off, but I turned it off, then back on again by accident.
Okay. And this sure made audio and OBS a heck of a lot easier to operate too. You know, I went from having 5 channels in OBS down to 1.
It sounds like stadium mode. There's not like a double, but it sounds like you're on stage. I guess the sound.
Yeah, he has a lot of effects, it sounds like.
Well, here, let me fix that real quick. How about if I sound like I'm in a supermarket? You want to see that? Attention shoppers, aisle 3, we got us a sale of truth. If you are looking for truth, it is on sale, and aisle 3 price is free.
Oh, well, I'm in the wrong place. I'm supposed to be in a super chat somewhere where I can throw money at somebody.
Did that sort
There's a
of sound
difference
like
between being on sale and free, dude.
Did that sort of sound like I was on a PA system in a shopping mall?
Yeah, it came out good like that.
That was awesome.
Now, how about right now?
You sound like a bullhorn?
I sound like a bullhorn right now.
No, not
Okay.
it's not like
No.
you're laughing inside a can.
I'm asking if you can make it sound like a bullhorn. Like,
Oh, that's the purple
Oh,
one.
you mean an echo? How about it? Do I got an echo right now? There ought to
no,
be
I mean the one where Alex Jones talks to a bullhorn. You Bilderbergers are gonna poison we got cancer in the
We're gonna expose you goddamn Bilderbergers, you fools out there. I don't care where you have your Bilderberger meeting. I'll hunt you, I'll find you, and I'll seek you out. You motherfuckers, stop your chemtrails. Stop your chemtrails. Okay, let's get her back over here where she belongs.
That was good. That was bullhornish.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, forget Build-A-Burger, I'm going to Build-A-Bear.
Oh,
Berenstein Bear.
Yep, that's Stain Bear. I better clean up after, just like real life.
here, you guys want to sound like, well, you won't hear it. Whoever's the other, well, maybe you will. I don't know. Let's see. Let's bring this back up. Now let's see if I can make you guys sound like you're in a bullhorn. Or is this just speakers? Let's see. High, lows, treble, equalizer, and you guys are on track. What track are you guys on again? Somebody talk. I'll find it that way.
Cancer, viruses, and the vaccinations.
Okay, you're on this track.
Stop it.
So I would want to put a lot of treble into you, I think. So let's go there. Oops, that's negative. We want positive. There, now say something.
Stop putting cancer viruses in the vaccinations, please.
Yeah.
Stop making me shower with gender-neutral kids in the high school shower locker room.
So I don't know what we heard versus the watch page heard. That's what I thought. Only the watch page would hear it if it did sound that way. Okay, back to 0. 0.
Billy Sunday's going to out the door.
Okay,
That must
people.
be a guy in the UK that's going to work or something, huh?
Well, maybe he's getting ready for tomorrow when it's actually Sunday and he can do his preach and get up on his boxcar or his pedestal and get up to the Pope and start spreading the truth. Preach flat earth.
Hang on. Billy Sunday is the guy that lives on the East Coast, doesn't he?
I don't know where
I saw him talk about who that guy is. The real Billy Sunday was the original evangelist or something he was saying.
Billy Graham.
No, Billy Sunday. It was from the earlier, like 100 years ago or something. And he was saying that's his avatar is Billy Sunday. That's a picture of the guy. And he was like the first Christian evangelist dude. Just traveled from town to town. and preaching, Christianity.
Wombra. Heads up, people. One more wrench going through the room, then I'm going to leave Jibby and Dave to themselves while I go outside and get me a couple puffs, all right?
I'm puffing right here in front of the screen.
All right, I'll be right back, okay?
I'll pass it right over.
This is an international smoke festival. Well,
They make...
Yeah, Dave, you're technically a part of our country, though you're in the middle of the Pacific.
Yes, politically speaking, I'm one of the 50th state of the United States, and they're forcing them to build a giant international airport on my island. It's ugly. And then they're putting in a whole new mall section. They already did that. They already built a row of palm trees with the fountain, a highway going into it. And they haven't actually put in the new runway yet. It's all done. The people that live here have no say. It's all done over their heads.
And you only have so much land there.
Right. So now, instead of it just being Oahu and the Big Island that can have international flights, now it's going to be on Maui too. Even though they've already got 2 islands where it's already a done deal, they're going to go ahead and, go through the whole, just so people can fly directly from Japan or wherever. They don't have to take a connecting flight. Even though the people of Maui don't even really want it, somehow it's getting done anyway. Somebody's going to be making some money on this deal, man. What are you talking? It's sad to think that there's just so much power out there that it's really hard to control. But
I mean, what votes are you going to listen to more? The kind that are done in pencil, or the kind that are done in pencil with $100 paperclip to it?
Yeah, except for it's way more than $100, I guarantee.
Yeah. The visual of it, though. Those are the votes that you pay attention to.
Yeah.
Friends, you have to, it's not asked for, but it's just insinuated that you scratch somebody else's back, you scratch your back. They give you a donation, something is expected in return. If it's not given in return, well, things may be said and done. Maybe. You never know.
Because it's part of the United States, so I think that they're just getting rolled over. Even though they told them that they were their own kingdom and shit, they're putting in an international runway. I shouldn't be laughing because the kingdom, I'm sure, wouldn't have approved of it. They have their own king and stuff. It's just a weird deal. About the only thing they can do with their kingdom is register their cars under their own kingdom. They don't have to, which is, something. You don't have to go through the DMV if you're part of the kingdom. Get your own license plate.
Or don't go with part of any of it. No license plate.
Apparently there's people that have done that even on the regular 48 states. Just go with no license, no register, nothing. And it's, if you are good at negotiating, you can keep going that way.
Well, you do have a right to travel in your property.
Yeah, and it's a piece of property that you are operating. There's no reason you should have to have a license for it.
If I were able to ride a horse and take the horse to the market without the horse tossing me every time a car flew by it on the busy road, maybe I'd do that. Other than that, I cannot do that because they have made the roads unsafe for me to travel by horse, so I have to use a motorized horse carriage, which is an automobile. And to have an automobile, I have to pay money to go to get to the market to get food. Bullshit! I have a right to travel to get food.
Yeah, that's a whole. Theoretically, it's possible to win the.
I would like to see a court say, no, you have to pay this amount per year and then all this other bullshit per year in order for you to be able to get food to survive.
Yeah.
I'd say, well, all due respect, Your Honor, kiss my ass.
I went down the right to travel back before the internet, and thanks to the internet and accessible research to see all the Supreme Court rulings that does support just that, the right to travel freely and unhampered by not paying any tax, fee, or license. And also in that same opinions, not judgment, under the Supreme Court individual judges' opinions. Who was it? I didn't know the judge's name right off the top of my head. He stipulates in his opinions, license is a tax.
Yep, it is. It's just another tax, another way for them to collect money.
Yeah, just like I'm researching deeper into the Ohio marijuana laws that just passed, due to the fact that I think I'm actually going to try to become a small grower, being I know I can do it, because up until I sold my equipment due to her health problems, I got the green thumb. I can make that bud that tastes sweeter than any other bud. So I'm researching into that, but I'm trying to figure out a way to get around the licensing part of it. And I think I got it figured out. Being I can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, now that I'm using a vape pen and doing pure THC oil versus smoking a joint, my chronic hip pain, the dull, consistent pain that I would get sitting, is gone in 2 days. Now, don't get me wrong. If I walk half a mile on a sidewalk or a street, I get the pain. Or if I walk a couple 100 feet in the grass, I get pain. But just to sit around the house, I am pain-free. So I want to go on it under the right to self-medicate. I got a registered DNR with the state of Ohio. Do not resuscitate if I'd been deprived of oxygen longer than 6 minutes, right? In my DNR, which is a legal contract, which I hate the fact, they say that you're supposed to renew them every year, and I never renewed mine ever since the first year, and I did that when I was 48 years old, had my first heart issue, got hospitalized, and diagnosed with bradycardia. So, 48, so that was 9 years ago. But still, it stipulates that you have the right to self-medicate. Contract or no contract, no court can deny that from the natural person. We need to separate ourselves from the artificial person and that of the natural person. That's where they get you.
Yeah, your fictitious name you're talking about?
Yeah. And I'm not the one that wrote the legal definition. I'm just the one smart enough to go find it, And it's their words that says person is broken down into 2 classifications. 1, the natural person, the living, breathing person. 2, the artificial person, the one created by government, for government to govern by. Hence the 14th Amendment, right? So as we look at Black's Law Dictionary and look at the date that it was written versus the year that the 14th Amendment was passed in Black's Law 2nd edition, it breaks it down into that classification. So we also know that government governs by consent, although try removing your consent in this dumbed down society and these brainwashed popos and see what happens. You will be beat up on the side of the street. So you really got to wonder, do we have the right to not consent on their legislative slavery laws? I
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a hassle-free thing. People would rather just toss out a few bucks they can afford just to not be hassled, try to travel state to state with that shit, right? Travel. You're gonna spend, what, nights in jail, you're gonna have to go through all that bullshit. Just traveling.
Cops don't always go by the book, too. You don't know what you're going to get with a cop. You're better off not getting pulled over in the first place, I think.
Yeah.
I just pay the extortion fee and keep going.
That's what we all do.
Yeah.
We just give in to the extortion.
Well, that's what I'm sure you guys heard me say it before about affordable fines or comfortable fines. They make it just high enough to where you'll bitch, but low enough to where you won't fight it.
Yep.
Yeah.
About
And
like,
it's always going up, unfortunately.
yeah, it's about like a good practice of commerce. The maximum the market will bear. They know the maximum the market will bear before they'll fight it.
I usually fight way before the rest of the herd. When they get to a certain point of greed, I find a free alternative where if they would have just stayed at the level they were at and would have kept paying, but no, they all get too greedy, and then a free alternative is sought. So they get nothing then. Instead of getting that extra $5 a month, where they should have just sat there and not got greedy, and they would have kept getting it, and then they broke $5, now they get shit. At least for me.
Yeah. Pull the plug, that's it. Cross the line.
Cable, what I did with the movie theaters. I mean, like, two people going to the movies, getting popcorn, soda, and a candy is like $75, $80.
Right, if you get all the stuff, yeah.
That's insane. That's two people getting, just popcorns, 2 popcorns, 2 sodas, and 2 candies. $80.
And 2 tickets. The tickets aren't
And
cheap
the
either.
tickets. Yes, of course, there's a cost of the tickets. That's insane. Take it up your ass. I'll watch it at home, smoke weed, drink beer in my pajamas.
I'll pause it if I want to get up and take a whiz, whatever. I don't need to sit
Pause.
there with
Hey,
all
you
them
know what? I
people.
want to watch
Fuck
it
you.
again. Watch it again. Yeah.
All they have is the speaker system and the bigger screen, but
I put speakers
Whatever.
in the 4 corners of my room, and I got an amplifier. Well, not an amplifier, a receiver. And I just set it to a stadium mode, or just like Billy was doing. All these different modes, you get the sound that you want, and it works fine. I'm more than happy, and I don't get sick from some kind of malaria biogenics lab experiment they're going to release into the theaters, or some numbnuts with some STD is touching everything. I don't have to worry about any of that.
the air conditioning
What
system.
assholes?
They might not clean their system enough, the air conditioning system.
Oh, yeah. The movie theaters are disgusting biohazards.
Well, they can be.
They're gross.
New ones.
They're full of ignorance. People on their phones, people talking loud, people who bring babies. It's full of ignorance.
Are there people bringing babies to movies? Do they buy them a ticket, or what do they do?
I almost got into a fight with this stupid bitch. Brought her baby to see, Saw 50. I don't know which one they were on in the Saw movies, but it's Saw. It's probably the most disgusting series of horror movies. When you're bringing your 4-year-old, your 7-year-old, and your infant, and your husband. I guess he's a husband. I don't know what he is, but
Sperm donor.
this is the problem with society in America, is bitches like that. A 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, you're going to traumatize them with horrific adult imagery, and then you're going to bring a kid, piss everybody off, who's crying nonstop. Like, what kind of... So I got so pissed off. Like, I dropped F-bombs right there in the theater. And I went to go get the manager, and by the time I came back, they were leaving. I was not... Now it was only 5 minutes in. I was like, I'm done. I said, I am so sick of you people. You ignorant F's. I said, I've had it. I can't stand it. People don't stand up to this shit. They just let it go around, all this ignorance. Ignorance is cool. Stick up your ass. If you're not doing it around me, you're going to have to deal with me. And most people walk away. They just walk away. They leave. Yeah, that solves the problem. I feel good. Spoke up. You prefer slapping them. But
That's a pretty strange family going to a horror movie with a whole crew of babies and shit.
apparently, I couldn't believe the age range. And it was one of the Saw movies. And it was a date night for me. It's not a particular thing I would go to the movies, but out of all the choices at the time, I think I was like, well, I guess Saw? It's pretty bad when Saw is the best option.
I guess horror movies, when you're on a date, they have to they jump over in your lap and shit.
Oh, yeah,
Just
that's
those-
scary, but, yeah. And, I don't know, I think I spend less at the strip club than I do in the theater. I mean, when I used to go 20 years ago, but they get that price, man. They get too greedy. And now you just lost an entire sale. Instead of getting the partial money you could have had by charging a reasonable price. $10 for popcorn. Get out of here. I'll kick you in the face.
Those people that make the movies and do all that sure live an extravagant lifestyle too, you know.
Oh yeah, they're not going hungry by me watching their movie on the internet. Same with music. The people who really love music are gonna buy the album anyway. You know, that's just what devoted fans of music do. If they want it, there's nothing wrong with that. They're gonna do it. None of these people are going hungry. They're just fine.
CD sales aren't very good anymore, are they?
I don't know. I gotta check.
Album sales? I don't know. Maybe on the big night games. These acts that I don't even know their names.
Yeah, I don't follow anymore. I don't care about music like I used to.
I don't even listen to music these days. Is there modern music and, you know, maybe Hawaiian music?
I don't think anything after the 90s is worth listening to. And how many more songs do we need? Do we need to keep making songs? Isn't everything...
Apparently they're
singable?
Yeah, you can dance around and shake it.
You don't need to make it a song.
Yeah, no, they need their dance routine or songs. But they can use basically the same songs over and over again. Just new words.
Yeah, there's not a lot of nights where I'm like, I gotta dance it out. And I don't know. I'm gonna look for a rocket to leave this country. That's the quickest way out of here.
Go to that extra land that they got, the secret land. You know, I was thinking about that today. And they could, you know, I mean, that's certainly a possibility. That instead of being like an underground base where they go to, it could just be like land somewhere. Or a little boat. Maybe they use underground tunnels to get there.
Well, have you ever researched deep underground military bases called DUMBs for abbreviation?
Yeah. I've done a lot of reading about that.
Yeah. You know, the boring technology they got now, as long as they're not into some hard rock situation, they can bore 16 foot. If I remember right, it was an hour. Or no, it's longer than that. Their diameter of their bore is 16 foot circumference, right? Or diameter. And it's round, and they just go through and pour a floor in it. When you do something round, it sort of supports itself, right? And then you only have to reinforce when you're in the weaker dirt. And what was the actual footage that they could bore? Oh, I think, if memory serves me right, it was close to 50 foot per hour.
It's miles a day, I think. That they do.
Yeah.
A couple of miles a day or something. And it seals its own, as it bores, it seals its own, like it's a finished product after it pours through.
There's claims that
Seals itself.
the Denver International Airport's hooked up to that tunnel system.
A lot of claims about that because nobody, it's all secret.
Yeah.
Where supposedly you can go like to Australia, Pine Gap, Australia and shit.
Well, what's not a secret about Denver? Hey, welcome, Dave H. What's not a secret about the Denver International Airport is all the Freemasonry stuff that's artwork that's up on the walls for everybody to see. Boy, look at Dave H's moon there.
Y'all see my half moon?
Yeah.
No, where is it?
In the sky. No, it's underground.
Well, how do I see it? I
Just
see it
click
in the
on his
watch
name.
page. Maybe I should look at the hangout page.
Yeah.
Dave, where the hell are you? It's fucking daylight for me.
I had to open shift today. I'm at Burger King, get ready to open it. It's 5:30 in the morning.
I see it now. Thank you.
See that? The clouds going by the half moon, they're kind of separating around it. Oh, weird looking. It just
like
went
a big
out. My
G.
moon went out. Somebody
Big
turned
G
off
in
my
the
moon.
sky.
Oh, there it is.
My lightsaber turned on by itself and it's going ape shit. Listen.
Your lightsaber.
So that's the view from outside the restaurant there in Kentucky.
Yep, here's a beautiful Burger King restaurant.
Sweet.
Is that where you were?
Here's our deal we got going on right now.
Is it open yet? Not open, right?
We open in 30 minutes. So I jump on and say hi and show y'all my moon real quick.
Sweet. That's bright, eh?
Yep. Hillbilly, your audio sounds all good to me. There's just a slight background noise. I guess that's not a big deal. It may just be me.
No,
No, I hear it too. It's a weird noise. I've been trying to figure out what it is.
that's her
Kind of like you
oxygen
guys
machine.
you're at the seashore or something. Huh?
That's her oxygen machine.
Oh, okay.
One
Well,
drawback.
your audio's good, then.
Yeah, one drawback about living in a small house, I'm limited on where I can put her oxygen machine and have it convenient to where she can drag her hose all around the house.
Well, it's not distracting or nothing. I just wondered what it was. No big deal.
No, it's not my fan of my old computer. Remember how annoying that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her oxygen machine there. Unfortunately, I'm not going to shut it off, people. For you guys.
Don't dare do that.
Yeah,
Is that your cigarette tray there? Your ashtray?
Yeah, here's where people dispose of their cigarettes.
Interesting shot.
Yeah. Now y'all are learning a lot about the ins and outs of Burger King here, right?
You gotta have a guy come clean that for you, don't you? Get you the manager.
I'm the guy.
What? You have spatulas for door handles here? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Here's the inside of my beautiful restaurant. There's the big screen TV that gives everybody the MSM news.
Are
What
you
is
guys
MSM
told to
stand
leave
for?
it on MMS or M? What?
Lamestream Media.
Yeah,
What?
that programming. It's that pop.
Here's my kitchen. Here's a girl back there making my croissants and shit.
Wow.
Now you're the
I'll be able to
manager.
get copyrighted by Burger King if we will.
Are you the shift manager, Dave?
Do you sign the logo? Why would they care?
Here's my big office. Here's the cameras where I watch to see if anybody's stealing anything from me and shit.
Really?
One day you ought to just put Flat Earth on the TV and say, "Oh man, we've been hacked."
We've been
Hey, my fryer's pretty
Is
noisy.
Is that a truck?
What was that, Dave?
Is it a truck?
truck.
Thought I heard a truck talk about.
It was the fan motor over top of my broiler where we cook the meat.
Oh,
Gets
How
pretty
about
loud.
giving me a strawberry shake right while you're there? I haven't had a strawberry shake in a while.
Might be melted time I get it up so you know how there.
really? You're south of Ohio, huh?
Yeah,
Yes, I'm directly south.
yeah. Our states are connected. He's my southern neighbor. I'm his northern neighbor.
Oh,
Back during the Civil War, if you believe it, Kentucky was neutral and Ohio was to the north, right?
Yep.
really? They had a neutral state? Kentucky?
Yeah, Kentucky and West Virginia and Missouri were all neutral. We were all like, y'all fight it out, we don't give a shit.
And then they would have been there a third country on their own, or what? How would that have worked?
Who knows?
They would just go with the winner, whoever won.
Yeah. Let's get some Java going here, boys. Somebody might want some coffee at some point.
I don't like what Lincoln did there. They already had seceded from the Union and had their own government. By the time he invaded, they were their own country already, legally. And then he said, oh no, they can't leave. We're going to bomb the fuck out of them and take that shit. He must have been
That's
working for the
150 years ago. Who knows what they'll fail up under. But the Jesuits had something to do with it.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I bet you that the bankers that made him do it are Jesuits. One of them. If the Jesuits are smart, they're the bankers too, right? Or they own the bankers somehow.
Well, that's just it. The governing board of the Federal Reserve here, which we all know controls just about every bank, along with the World Bank, and look at the countries that didn't or don't participate. Those are the very countries that we want to go to war with, the seven axes of evil, if you would. And how many people know any one of the 12 governors of the board of the Federal Reserve, or anybody who works in the World Bank beyond the president of the World Bank? We don't. It's that deeply kept secret. Follow the money. Follow the money.
So it's the IMF and World Bank are the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who's probably putting in the international airport in Maui, or they told somebody to do it or whatever. There's got to be like some top organization that's just like, yeah, do that, and it just happens.
Hey,
No.
Dave, speaking of Maui, you know, Bob's up there right now. You gonna meet up with him while he's up there? Bob's Blockbuster?
I didn't know he was out here. I never gave him my email. He said he was coming out here once when I was in chat we were both in a chat somewhere.
Yeah, I
But
think
then
he's
I
out
never-
there right now, as far as I know. What I heard.
He said he has probably a place in Kaanapali, I think it was, which is we're in the west side.
Yeah, he even said it on Glowbusters that he was going out there.
Yeah, he's I'm pretty lax. I never got around to emailing him and telling him my email address and stuff.
No big deal. She said Maui, made me think of that.
What's Joe? Isn't his name Joey, the guy that moved to Maui? I never managed to meet up with him either. He called me and stuff when he first got, found out my number on it in the chat, but then I just never got around to actually meeting up.
Yeah, Joey Roca. He's the only other
Joey,
person.
yeah. Joey.
There you go.
Only one I know that's in Hawaii that I met anyway.
He used to be Aaron something.
That's on his wife's account. His wife's name's Aaron, I think.
Mizumoto. Sounds like a Japanese name. There's a lot of Japanese around. We're pretty close to Asia. We're halfway between Asia and the United States.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. That's about 18 trillion light years away from me right now. Right? Something like that.
It's so far that you can't imagine the distance.
It's weird that one little star in the empty sky, and there's one star out there. Like, fuck y'all, I'm here on that star. What I do, scare Jibby off, or he get disconnected or something?
I'm scared of Kentucky. Hey Dave, you were removed from the Nats group too, I noticed.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what I did, but I was.
Well, it's clear that you're a shill.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I think it's based on inactivity or something, and maybe he's spinning it out because people participate more.
Yeah, it's whatever, man. Nothing. Everything rolls off my back.
Did you hear me earlier, Dave? I'm going to start a group on Skype just for a join link for my Hangouts only. That's going to be my link dispensary. I'm going to add.
Okay.
I'm going to add people who join me on a regular basis, and I'm going to ask that you personally don't add nobody to the list. If there's somebody you want added to the list, bring it to my attention.
Gotcha. I never add anybody to anything. I don't share any links or nothing. I ain't fuck with any of that. Unless I'm 100% sure the person that owns the channel says okay, do it.
Yeah. That's why I asked for you to bring it to my attention.
Yep.
So that means I need to find out what my Skype name is and tell it to you, right?
Yeah. Yes, if you would. Just get a hold of me or send me a friend's request on there, and I'm Political Hillbilly on there too.
Oh. You're a Political Hillbilly? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably try and do that now while you guys are talking. See if it makes my computer crash or whatnot.
I know your Skype name, Dave. It's Hawaiian Shield 50, isn't it?
Hawaiian Shield 50. No.
Speaking of Skype, did you guys see where old Lewis Hackett tried to get me to accept him as a friend on Skype? Why in the hell would I want to do that?
Maybe he gave up the globe. Maybe he sees the light.
I can't picture that happening. He may have already gave up the globe, but he won't speak it. He won't march it. He claims he's not a glober, but boy, he puts nothing but pro-globe arguments out there.
Some of these people just not get off of that spinning ball no matter what we show them or tell them, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to go in here and get some real work done. I'll just have another cigarette. I want to say hi to everybody and see if I can connect. Showing my half moon in the sky.
We need to free you from that prison, dude. That's a tough job.
Yep.
I want to
You
figure
guys
out.
have,
Go ahead, Dave.
everybody have a great day on the plane and everything.
Always.
Thanks for
All
joining
right,
us.
thanks, Dave.
Don't
Enjoy
work
this
too hard.
time.
Be careful.
Peace.
Peace.
Man, Skype really likes to hook up to a lot of different ports. I'm shocked. I'm going to have to go with any connection, it seems like. Just going to keep hitting it.
Yeah, for somebody who knows what they're doing, who knows what they could do.
Jibby, can you turn off your mic just a little bit, please?
Yeah. Is it better? You getting like a feedback or something?
No, I don't hear no feedback. I'm just trying to bring your audio level up to what I hear Dave H. and Dave Henkel. You is the lowest one amongst the three.
Yeah, it's like a weird setting in my mic thing. Tough to get to. And then it's missing sometimes, and I'm like, where the hell did it go? I can raise the level.
It says my Skype is outdated and they shut me down and I have to download the latest version.
They should just be able to do updates. Reopen it, go up to toolbar and update it.
Well, it gives me a link to download the latest version.
No.
All right, is this level
There
a
you
little
go.
higher?
There you
Working?
go. Thank you, sir.
That's a lot higher. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're rocking and rolling with the lights or labor. What the hell they call that thing again? Saber light or whatever.
Lightsaber?
Lightsaber. Yeah.
This thing?
That's what I'm getting next. I'm gonna go out and find me a decent sound effects audio board. So if anybody knows one that's got some cute sound effects on it, especially at toilet flushing for when a troll comes on.
They have a lot of those effects in software.
Yeah, that's what
Do you
I
have
want.
any good software for that?
I need.
Well, you could just find a general soundboard off Google. Just put in whatever sounds you want plus the word soundboard,
Yeah,
and then you should just have one button click board right there.
that's what I'm looking for. Like I said, I want to get rid of this monitoring and get a decent flat screen and probably a bigger one where I can put several applications on it. And what I want to do is try to pick up the quality of my Hangouts, and I'm going to be starting another channel. I hate to say that. And I'm going to give the channel name out to trusted people. And hopefully for a while until the trolls find us, because they'll get their damn hound dogs out. Somewhere on YouTube's hillbilly's going, we gotta troll it, we gotta find it. Well, I'm gonna make it hard for them to find it. I don't care if we're sitting there with only 5 of us. It's gonna be good, civil, mature chat for a while. So I'm not giving out the name of that channel just yet. And the first time I have intents of using it is Wednesday.
I've tried it a few times now, and what ends up happening when I try it with adding a bunch, like 10 people or so to the channel, is that I end up being the one who uses it the most. Like, it's almost like they don't feel like it's their channel to use because they didn't create it. I don't know. It's just tough to get the other people to enjoy it, and use it like a community channel type thing.
Actually, this is it's sort of THC gets you high's idea, but he wants me to be the promoter or whatever, the one to run it and take all the credit for it. I refuse to take credit for something that was not my idea. That's why I said it is THC's idea, but it does sort of rock. And you guys might, I'm going to get the trusted people a link to it to join us for Wednesday, and you'll see where it's going. But we'll have some things like Weed Wednesday, Damn It Thursday. I hate to get Jazz Sinclair's saying, but I'm going to talk about conspiracies and damn it anyways. Damn it Thursday. So I don't know, trying to pick it up a little bit, and I'm having a slight issue. I'm doing a deal where I don't want YouTube to make money off of truthers no more, so I refuse to turn on live chat. even if I get up to, well, I only need a few more subscribers to be able to turn on, or no, yeah, that's right. I need 10,000 views for that. I forget. I keep on getting it backwards. But anyways, I have super chat. I mean, not live chat. Super chat. I am not letting YouTube make another penny off the truthers on my channel.
That's right. 30% rake is you're supporting Google.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Google wins either way. In many ways, actually, Google wins because this thing is a slippery slope. I've been saying from the start, like, I can already see how it's going to cause civil warring. Just in our community, never mind the other communities that are utilizing the super chat. This causes civil warring because the people who donate to certain channels, that's a form of investing in those channels.
Yeah.
If those channels start doing bad things or saying bad things or lying, well, you're going to try to protect your investment. If one of your friends now starts saying, hey, this person said this or did that, well, now you're going to defend your investment. Now you're going to start fighting with others. And in the Flat Earth community, it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be an absolute disaster. Because these people who are doing the super chats, are they susceptible of corruption or going over the top or having a big ego? Yeah. And could they make mistakes and start attacking other Flat Earthers? Yeah. And if you've invested hundreds of dollars into them, are you going to defend them? Yeah. What's that going to turn into? A big friggin' mess. It's just and then nobody's going to be concentrating on Flat Earth anymore. It's going to be this one did that one did that, and blah, 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 and then money, and everybody's forgotten about the prize, the reason why we were doing this in the first place.
Then I wonder how many of these other truther channels that does have Flat Earth is going through the same thing that I'm going through, trying to get your money out of Super Chat. In reality, I have not received a penny yet of all the nice contributions the generosity of good people has given me. The fundraiser that Antonio and Vinny did and Chris the Truth Seeker when I was offline. Antonio, those people who donated via Vinny's PayPal, I got that money no problem. But the people who donated to Antonio's Super Chat, Antonio's going through the same problem. He has not gotten that money yet, so he can send it to me. So I got $395 on my Super Chat, not the fundraiser, but just on my Super Chat that I've yet to receive, that I'm jumping through hoops to try to get. So I wonder how many of these other truthers who's got Super Chat going on, IPS, You've Been Exposed, Glowbusters, how many of them's going through the same problem, just not as verbal about it as I am. Due to the fact that as I research it on how to get your money out of it, and you have to go through Google AdSense, who gets another 5% to send you what is yours, even though they rake 30% off the top, they're going to charge you another 5% to get it. So in reality, if somebody donates $100, you get 65.
Yep.
And then look, some of this money's been in there since I started live chat up or super chat up on the PHB channel, and that was back in May. Now I realize interest on $395 is not much, but they're making interest on Antonio's money stuck in limbo for us, but they have in their account. You know?
Right, and now that's a common technique corporations do. Cost of living raises. I worked for a company that used to hold on to them for 9 months before we received them. Now they made interest on all that over the 9 months. We never got anything anything that was overtime. We should have got overtime pay for the raise, and we never got that aspect. They kind of just straight hours. There's all kinds of shitty ass shenanigans going on with it. The interest thing, they're always going to do that interest thing. Always, because that's easy. That's free money. Just keep it in the bank, and all of that combined, all those people's $410 and $1,000 all add up to quite a bit of interest that they just can scrape for 1 month.
I wish I would have known that it was going to be such a hassle before. You know, when I lost my internet connection, and the way that I got back up running is by switching providers, which was a win-win for me. I got faster internet connection, both down and upload speeds, and it's $40 cheaper a month. $40 freaking dollars cheaper a month. But I'm not the type of person that will walk away from obligations. So my previous provider, CenturyLink, I was in the hole to them for, what was it, $235. And I was trying to whittle it down $50 a month. So 1 month while I was offline, I did make a $50 payment. When I seen the generosity of the super chat or the fundraiser, and not thinking that this money was going to get to me right away, I went ahead and paid it off out of my own pocket, which really put me in a pinch that month. The middle of June to up about right now, I'm starting to catch back up. Oh my, I was down to pennies in my pocket, not the first dollar bill to be found.
Yep. I don't believe anything until the money's in my hand.
Yeah, I sure wish I would have told CenturyLink that they can wait in line. If I draw your hat out of the hat this month, you'll get a few bucks. But if I don't, you'll have to wait until next month's lottery. And hope like hell you win.
Yeah, for real.
But I'm not. Unfortunately, I paid it all off, and boy, did that hurt.
Yeah, it was spread out all over the place that day. It was going to Antonio's, it was going to Vinny's.
Well, the money that went to Vinny, I had, I could have had 3 days later, but had to wait till the weekend for Ethan and Marla to bring it to me. But nice thing about it is I got to meet Ethan and Marla. You talk about some nice people. And actually, my real first flat earth or person that I met in person. We all know that I like giving the girls hugs. That's the first thing Marla did, is gave me a hug when we met. Yeah. And then, ironically enough, they're coming back again today to visit Raycon. And do you guys know Larry Moore, another flat earther who lives in Toledo? He says he's coming down today.
A little get together.
Yeah. So people, if you're close to me and you want to come, hey man, come on over. Don't mind the hillbilly. When I call myself a hillbilly, I live like a hillbilly too, so don't be judgmental if you come. Otherwise, I'll just simply ask you to leave, because I live comfortably the way I want to live.
Well, I'll see if Paula, Knowledge Scavenger, wants to come by, but only on one condition. You gotta smoke her up. You gotta hide.
Hey, I can do that. I'm vaping right now. She's only 60 miles south of me. She could be here in an hour.
Yeah, I want her high, though. Alright.
Yep, Larry Moore's 60 miles north of me, and she's 60 miles south of me. I'm right in between Toledo and Dayton.
She's been doing a lot of sun and moon observing lately. Videos of getting active. And my other buddy, Taboo Conspiracies, been killing it lately, too.
Yeah, I've seen a few of his. Seen a few of his for the last couple. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, good stuff coming out lately from people. You're getting a lot of second wins.
Well, the truth will set you free, as Alistair McMillan says.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something I want to do.
Spreading the truth will set us all free.
I want to play just a little bit of audio because I know that I got it right for the watch page, but I want to play a little desktop audio to make sure you guys are hearing it in the Hangout. So I hate to get off subject, but let me do that real quick while I'm thinking about it. Here it is, Alistair McClally, Truth Will Set You Free. I'm not going to do a screen share because I know I ain't got that problem.
Here's a wee song called The Truth Will Set You Free.
Are you guys hearing it in the Hangout?
Yep.
Cool. I got it licked, man. All them tutorials I watched, I sure wish I would have watched that little kid's tutorial first. Oh, unless you guys want to hear that whole song, I already played it once. Let me do a screen share with you. I'll do that. Screen share. Which in turn is probably going to expose the Hangout link. I don't know. Let me flip it off of me for a second on the OBS. Boom. Now, there we go.
I don't think they can snipe this type of thing.
Well, they can join and make it an inconvenience to show their damn porn as they go around with the derogatory porn names.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So now let me go back to Alistair McCauley, then back to the show, and now play it all from scratch.
Here's a wee song called The Truth Will Set You Free.
snakes are honest, fleece you to the bone. When they've taken all they can, leave and take you home. I don't believe the justice system will give you what you deserve. It's all run by bad judges, Lucifer they serve. I believe the truth will set you free. 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 I believe the truth will set you free.
Shout out to Alistair McMillan, excuse me about that. And shout out to Raw K Vibrations for bringing such a wonderful song to us truthers' attention.
Alistair McCrowley?
McMillan. Yeah, I don't know where I went with that. You know, hillbilly, if he can be fucked up, I can do it.
Alistair Crowley, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Crowley. George, that's Barbara Bush's great grandfather, right?
Yeah.
No, that's probably dad.
Dad. Okay.
Yeah, George Bush's great grandfather. George G.W.
All that inbreeding.
Yep. Wonder how many of them were men. Barbara Bush, a tough guy.
Man, I was out spending my time with her, my dedicated time on the boob tube, sitting next to her, you know, like I do every night. I always make sure I got a little bit of time, or she gets her allotted amount of time, and she's stuck on the boob tube, you know. I don't know what I can do to get her out of it. Don't even try no more. But they had a special going on about the Statue of Liberty, from its creation to its construction to its shipping and all that. And all I could think about is that conspiracy I heard a couple months ago about the Statue of Liberty looking like Elvis Presley. It does a little bit.
Oh,
It does look like it, sure.
I thought you were going to say you were thinking about how far away you could see the Statue of Liberty over water.
No, if you study the face of the Statue of Liberty and get a picture of Elvis Presley, I can see
It does. It does. It's
I can
crazy.
see a likeness.
But it was a gift from the French, right? Do you think
Right.
the French
Yeah.
were big Elvis Presley fans?
Yeah.
Mason.
Yeah, French paid for the construction of it. We paid for the construction of the pillar. We split the shipping over here, and it took what was it? It was in what do you call it? Talk about research. By the time they found the artist they wanted to sculpt it, he came up with a couple different versions of what he wanted to do, because they gave him free reign to design it in whatever manner he want. And he came up with like 4 or 5 drawings and put it before the French and the U.S. governments up for approval, and they finalized the final version. It went into construction and took 20 years for it to complete. When he first did it, the estimated weight he got off due to all the copper that was added on it. That's why it had to be disassembled in so many pieces. and shipped over here, and we already had our platform built for it, which they had to go back and reinforce. But at that time is what at the beginning of the Civil War, and we couldn't afford it no more. Trying to pay off the bills of the Revolutionary War going into the Civil War. It got put on hold. It was actually ready to be shipped over here long before it actually came.
I had heard that sucker sat in boxes for years. They had to have a big campaign that raised money to put it together and put it on the base.
Yeah. They even said that amount on that show, and I can't remember exactly what it was, and it was in the millions there then. Figure today's conversion, or inflationary rates. What would that millions from then be today? How many hundreds of millions, if not a billion?
I don't know, but I think it has a lot. That was kind of a Freemason project, wasn't it?
Yeah.
French Freemasons, and then our Freemasons are the ones that are in the United States. They're the ones that did that big campaign to get it assembled after it was just sitting around for a long time in boxes.
Looky how many U.S. presidents were Freemasons, and then tell me how in the hell can that be a coincidence? 2 or 3, okay. But almost all of them? No, that's not a coincidence.
You had to be a Freemason to be an astronaut, too. You're one of the ones that went up in space.
They got Freemason watches. Zoom in on one of their watches in the alleged ISS.
Oh, that reminds me. Today I saw a picture that this guy brought in. It's of a painting, a Norman Rockwell painting from 1967. And it's the lunar module on the moon with the Earth in the background. But it's a painting 2 years before they actually did that thing.
I didn't know that painting was before.
It's 67.
Because we talk about that, and it also showed, I think, it showed a blast crater under it versus the real thing, didn't it?
Well, it's charred a little bit on the side, but I didn't see a blast crater. I didn't really stare at it much very long. I was kind of busy, but I asked the guy, why is that there? And he said, oh, this conspiracy guy that we know had put it on the wall.
Yeah, I didn't know that was before. That's interesting.
Yeah, I read the caption, and it did say 1967.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Very realistic painting.
I'll be right back.
I was like, oh, that's going to be CGI. And the guy's like, no, that's a Norman Rockwell painting. I'm like, whoa. From before they actually gave us to see the other pictures.
Yeah, it seems to be written first, and then all of a sudden it comes into existence. And
like he maybe designed the lunar module, or maybe they had. I remember them pimping that thing a couple years before it got shot up, allegedly. They were pretty proud of that thing. They pimped it for a while before it took off, so he probably had they probably knew what it was going to look like by 2 years ahead of time or something. Or not.
Is that the kind that was designed to carry the car underneath?
It was the first one that they just had the people in it. Still made out of tin foil, though.
It's very interesting that when they do the explosive bolts to leave, I don't know if it's in all the footage, but I think it's the one where the camera tilts up. So that would be, I think, Apollo 17. When it lifts up and the camera follows it up, what I thought I saw was what looked like an ignition take place, and the thing just go from rising up to Bugs Bunny ignition cartoon, and it's zooming off. It left the rocket on the moon. Like, it didn't have any booster rocket. Like, all it has is maneuvering thrusters once it leaves the moon. There is no rocket booster behind it. That's what they left. That's the bottom part that it explodes through. So how is there a Bugs Bunny cartoon?
Not only that, they had to rendezvous with the other guy that was up in the
Yes.
in that little goofball thing.
Yep. Which I guess the other guy just did a 180, hit the boosters to slow down, and still maintains orbit somehow, doing like a backwards thing, and then waits for them to catch up. And now, I mean, they're real. The LEM should have only been going the speed of explosive bolts, whatever that is, 20 miles an hour. Maybe 30.
Less gravity, see, so you got to account for that.
Well, it's still fighting gravity to leave the moon. I mean, the moon is not zero gravity. It's not. It has weight. So this explosive bolt thing sends this LEM up, and apparently it picks up speed as it's fighting gravity to leave the moon.
Well, they must have said there was double thrusters or something, like one set to get down, one set to leave left.
If there was a double set of thrusters, there wouldn't have been enough room for a helmet. Never mind 2 astronauts.
Not only that, they sure asked a lot of those backpacks, that all the duties that those backpacks on their spacesuits had to perform.
Oh yeah, multifunctional super packs. That's
Plus
a real
the battery,
super pack.
plus the battery too. It powered all that super.
It should have been like the size of a car battery, and that wouldn't even last for probably a full day of working on equipment.
No, car batteries don't last very long at all if you're not running the car.
Can you imagine running an air conditioner off a car battery? How long that's going to last?
Yeah, one traffic light and that's it.
Yeah. And
Engine died and
recharging
running
it.
the air conditioning.
So while he's switching film in the camera, he's also putting the battery on a recharge in the 60s, mind you. It's a fantastic story. It really is.
Very fantastic. But on the one side, you're having to heat the guy, and on the other side, you're having to air condition him.
Yeah, the McDLT astronauts. Hot side stays hot, cool side stays cool. Nobody remembers the McDLT from McDonald's. It was a sandwich they gave you in 2 separate areas in a styrofoam container. You would have the lettuce and tomato and the mayonnaise, and that was on one side. That was the cool side, and then the other side was the burger, the other side the bun, and the ketchup and pickles, and that was the hot side, and you combined them. Dude, that was so good. I used to always, that was the only thing I could eat at McDonald's, was McDLT. And of course, they discontinued it. And I'm like, you pricks. You just want to know what I like, just so you can discontinue it, right? They do this in everything. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. Discontinue. Oh, this show's good. Cancel.
That's because they found out it was too hard for the employees to keep the cold part separate from the hot part.
That was good shit, and I think it was because of some special dead baby sauce or whatever they were using, stem cell sauce. It was good. Back then, that was in the 80s, when burgers used to taste like burgers.
Barbecued.
Yeah.
A couple hours ago. Yeah, a few hours ago. Good.
Now all of their stuff comes in from a place called 100% All Beef, something like that. Like, that's the name of the corporation.
That's a company's name, huh?
Yeah, it's not actually. It's only 2% beef, I think they said. But
oh, you sell 100% beef? No, our company's named 100% beef, but we sell this other meat that's very similar to beef.
I've heard different stories, like it was ground up chicken bone, put in some kind of a paste, and then you make patties out of it. I've heard different stories, but the guy who told me it was ground up chicken bone was a truck driver for me.
How do you turn bone into meat?
Well, it's powdered. They
powder
asked the same thing. It's like it turns into a powder, And then you add some kind of a solvent to it or whatever, and then it can then form solid patties, I guess. They don't waste anything. You gotta figure, where are all those chicken bones going?
Into the dump, usually. I don't know. That's just the waste. They have that big cesspool there by the chicken farm.
Doesn't little Melanie get a bone and a bowl of rice every night?
Oh, yeah.
Melanie?
Not about little Melanie. Yeah.
Melanie.
Yeah, she goes to bed every night, and all she gets all day is a bowl of rice to go to bed with a chicken bone in it. So now you know where the chicken bones go.
Thanks for the information.
You feel less guilt now.
They make bone meal out of.
Yeah, they made bone meal out of, and still do, out of cattle bones. But again, if you got that old Yakov, whatever virus in it there, even handling the dust from the powdered bone, you can get that brain disease.
Really?
They roast the bone and it still doesn't kill this virus.
Mad cow is a virus?
Mad cow, yeah. It's a spongy form, it hollows out your brain cells.
That doesn't sound like something they would ever want to do to us.
I don't want to.
They would never do that.
No. And there's never been a downer cow with mad cow disease that they've stuffed in the processors. It's just too much integrity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They all have honor.
It's about honor and integrity. I mean, those qualities and traits have survived the centuries.
Yeah, turning the old blind eye, taking a little envelope stuffed full of money,
This cow's a little
Oh, which
funny.
way did he go? Yeah. The cow's staggering like it's drunk.
The cow
he just had some cow nip.
The cow's going like, "Baka!" Yeah.
The cows go, roof, roof. Yeah.
Yeah, the retarded speaking spell farm.
yeah. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Did you see the post? I just put a link for another toy rocket. I don't know if you remember the guy who launched under the wing of the airplane on the X-wing, I guess they called it. Hit about 5 Gs and made his eyes all bloodshot and stuff, but accelerated to the upper atmosphere or whatever on a rocket that was dropped off of the bottom of an airplane. You've seen that one, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, they got a little video. I posted the link in chat earlier, but it's one of these rockets that they drop from the bottom of the belly of a plane, and then they launch it. This is called Pegasus, and it's supposed to be going to take pictures of the sun and stuff. But what's so funny about it is that it's just one of these single, missiles and stuff that it's dropped, it's launched, and it's a beautiful, long, white, smoky trail. And, that lasts about a minute, and then it says, phase 1 shut off, perfect and stuff, angle, marginal, whatever they say, and then they go, second stage is engaging, and they cut right away just to all animation. Yeah.
Oh, I think I saw that shit. It goes right back to that looking at the exhaust port and the cartoon exhaust port and the cartoon.
All cartoon. It's going back to like Disney and the whatever, it's just really awful animation. But it's like I say, they have all this talk and hype and promo and people don't realize that what dropped off the belly of the plane has enough smoke and fuel to go a couple hundred miles and then fall down.
Yes, they have enough fuel on the shuttles and rockets and everything, just enough to get out of
the sight of people.
And out of the sight of people. That's it. That's all it's designed to do. Once you're out of sight, switch to the CGI feed.
For me, up is up. Angling out to literally 45, 90 degrees, whatever, like these so-called rockets that are reaching their so-called escape velocity do, Wow. It is so funny.
And they're angling like just above the cloud line. They should be
really
much further before the angle.
And they ain't got much altitude ultimately when they're doing because they start banking and they roll over right away. Like,
Yeah.
I doubt they get to much higher than jet aircraft level.
And they get, I
35K.
estimate around like 50,000 feet, these things. Somewhere around there. A little bit higher than airplanes. Not much. I can't see them. That's just the footage of me watching it from civilians filming it. That's not go by their shit. This is what does it look like? How far? Where's the cloud line? All right, I'm doing a rough estimate. 50, maybe 60,000 feet. I don't think they get much further than that.
You know, you'd think someone could afford to have a plane that, you know, even from a couple hundred miles away, you could track one of their freaking launches and watch it spill into the ocean. Tell me there's no one can afford to do that out there.
You get somebody good at math.
You get someone with good cameras and,
good cameras
track
ready.
that shit and watch it dump and then you freaking publish it.
But I think they
Bastard.
just moved strictly to outdoor holographic film.
They're putting in text that I'm having an audio
That's very
issue.
positive.
They're putting in text
Sorry.
I got an audio issue going on again. I thought I had it licked.
No, the audio it's okay, but it sounds canny for your guests and for you today. It's a lot better than it was. I'm not saying it's bad.
It sounds
just
canny.
sounds a bit canny on the chat on the watch page.
Okay, let me go to the equalizer. Let's see.
Even here, I've heard that noise before, but I really can't say what it is or why it's there.
Let me work on that one while you guys keep talking.
You know, I think SpaceX has done away with all the heavy hardware. And there's my lightsaber going off again by itself. That is strange. Not even touching anything.
Been watching a few of the posts and checking out the Flat Earth stuff. One post I saw from Antonio Sobratis, and a lot of people have seen it now, I guess.
Oh, the Noble Gas one, yeah.
The
That's
Noble Gas one.
Yeah.
I've been saying the light we see and how things work is a bit different for a long time now. And there's another sort of misconception, sort of like the word density, but it's ionization, you know. When I say helium is like an ion, I mean 10% of it is ionic in solution in the air everywhere. Ionization doesn't really happen. It's already an ion. So if you excite the hydrogens, when you know, energy is stored, everyone looks for like, oh, Tesla's ether and stuff. Something like hydrogen, the ionic form of hydrogen, can store energy. In fact, it can store a lot of energy. A single monoatomaceous hydrogen. With it stores energy by raising the electron valence level, how high the electron orbits over the atom. And it can go up as high as 12 volts, which means a single atom of hydrogen can have as much energy stored and potential as a 12-volt battery, which is a lot of energy. But the light we see doesn't necessarily come directly from the sun. Atoms, surfaces, molecules, air, whatever, absorbs a wave energy. That wave excites the electron on an atom and raises it an orbital. When there's a split or an instance that there's no power during a negative half cycle, that energy is released. And when that energy is released and the electron descends back to its stable orbit, the S orbit, then light is given off. It's called secondary emission. That's how scenes glow and give off light. They absorb a wave energy and then absorb it atomically and then release it. And it's during that release that we see light from objects. So light isn't really there. It's created as a secondary product of the wave absorption of matter.
And that video also proves, I mean, for the most part, that in order for the neon gas and the other gas, the noble gases, to begin activating, or whatever you want to call it, the source, the electromagnetic source, has to be close, not far.
Yep.
It kind of proves the sun is close. In order to ignite the neon gas in the atmosphere, you can't do it from far away. You have to be pretty much right up on it.
Well, it's still a few thousand miles away that it's activating, or
I think thousands.
Maybe not. You know, it's so hard to say whether it's a few miles across and just a few miles up, or
it's trying to gauge
32 and 3,100 and so.
It's like trying to gauge the distance of the airplane high beams coming at you at night. Like it's right in your eyes, direct light almost. It seems like it's very hard to gauge.
Near impossible. Well, we don't see the sun enough here anyway now. Like last month, we had 20 days of 30 with rain. This month is no better. I woke up again today. There's no goddamn sun.
I know.
All the streets are wet.
I'm loving it, man. It's this son of a bitch. Like, this summer has to be like this. Like the first summer.
Welcome, Mr. Anderson. You're
What's
muted.
that?
You're muted right now, Mr. Anderson.
Oh, hey.
In case none of you people have met Mr. Anderson yet, he is the politest globe believer on YouTube.
Yeah, I think he beat Charles.
Yeah.
By a landslide.
He allows you to respectfully to disagree with him, and he'll respectfully disagree with you. And then move on to the next point. He won't bring up circular arguments. He won't bring up fallacies. He'll ask legitimate questions about what he doesn't understand about. Oops, there he went. He'll ask legitimate questions about what he doesn't understand in the flat earth common belief. And the sad part of that is, most of them will try to say, well, y'all believe in the AE map. No, I'm not committed to any one map, but the Globetards will try to force that upon you. He's not that type.
I'm not ready to accept almost anything yet, because everything is back on the table, knowledge-wise.
Yeah.
Because everything is so skewed. We have to go back over it piece by piece.
I watched a Hangout suggested, I believe it was by Raw K Vibrations that sent it to me, a 2-hour hangout to where they talked about the diamond shape map. And they made one good legitimate claim that will actually get me to looking. Welcome back, Mr. Anderson. And one good legitimate claim that will get me to look at the diamond shaped map. And that's when the math of heliocentric model actually works. But what I can't do is confirm that math. And he makes an excellent argument. The equator being bigger than circumference than the Tropic of Cancer or the Tropic of Capricorn, knowing that we can prove the equal distance and separation on whether it be a globe or a flat plane, the equal distance and separation of the equator to the Tropic of Cancer versus the equator to the Tropic of Capricorn. But, as you research on Google, the circumference of the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere, it's easy to find. But as you Google the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere, it's hard. It'll make reference to the Tropic of Cancer, but not the Tropic of Capricorn. So he makes a legitimate argument, but I've seen nobody prove beyond a shadow of a doubt in any manner that they are the same in circumference. Because if they are, I'm on board with the diamond-shaped map.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Anderson.
Good morning.
Have we got an echo? Sound okay?
You do have just a slight echo to me. I don't know about the rest of the gentlemen.
How about now?
There you go. It's tolerable, and sounds like you're on your cell phone instead of your computer. Or,
I'm always on a mobile device.
oh, are you? I should have known
Just on
that.
my way to work.
Should have known that from watching some of your videos there.
And it's just a terrible time going to work. It's 4:30 my time.
Yep. I got a good idea of where you live now by watching some of your videos, so I can understand that. 2 hours behind me. I thought you was 3 hours behind me. People, if you have...
Anyway, I just wanted to jump on real quick here and say hi to everybody. I heard from Mark Sargent, and I was just very, very astounded that he replied to one of my inquiries. Because he's very busy right now. He's got a lot of stuff going, a lot of PR stuff. But I had a good conversation. I just wanted to shout him out if he didn't mind on the channel. Just very good gentleman.
Well, it doesn't surprise me that he would, because it wouldn't surprise me at all that you presented your question in a respectful manner. Just like me, when somebody comes on and opens up a comment, "You stupid idiot." Well, hell, I'm straight to the trash can. Why should I read past that point? I'm going to ask everybody, put it in text. How many people out there hear good audio versus how many people's having an issue like Kathleen is? I would definitely like to know who's in the or what end the problem is on, because last thing I want to do is alienate Kathleen by making her listen to bad audio on the watch page.
Now, Hillbilly, when I was listening a few moments ago, it was just a little hollow. Whoever was talking was not talking, type of like that.
Yeah, like a little mortar or something is running, like a fridge compressor or something, just a little higher and lower. It's just fading in and out.
That's Mrs. Hillbilly's oxygen machine. There's not a thing I can
Oh, okay, it really is a physical machine. Okay, then it's not in the electronic side.
Yeah.
You don't have to have that one.
Unfortunately, we live in a small house. Well, actually, as long as the furnace ain't running, I could move it over by the furnace. Become winter time, I have to move it right back over here.
Well, at least it's not an electronic issue.
Yeah.
Your audio is fine.
No, it's an actual physical machine sitting here running. I'm touching it that close away. And the reason why we need it there is so it's centrally located for oxygen hose to drag around the house.
I got good ears to call that one a bit there, eh?
Yeah. She's tethered to the machine by 50 feet. I know if I piss her off, all I have to do is go 51 feet away. I'm out of range.
Like a tetherball.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for having me on. I'm gonna get to work here. I'm gonna jump in later if you're still on.
Hey,
have a nice day. Go ahead.
Mr. Anderson, I'm a hillbilly. Don't ever tell me thanks, because you are more than welcome here anytime. I'm going to start a Skype dispensary link to where anybody can join who's more than welcome to join. So it's that open door policy again. One trick at a time, I'm bitch slapping these trolls. I'm taking their tricks away from them.
I don't understand the trolls, Hillbilly. I was modding for Underground World News last night. It's just like, it seems like you get trolls with multiple accounts, and they're there to just agitate.
Yeah.
Just be rude.
Well, I think that's part of the problem. They know they can't get under my skin, other than the other day when I was highly bummed out, highly irritated, when we came back from the hospital with bad news about Mrs. Hillbilly's testing and stuff.
Oh, I remember. Yeah,
I mean,
that night. You,
I was ready to snap on anything about anybody, but that wasn't the trolls doing that. Imagine getting the worst news you ever heard about somebody you truly love, right? So they just caught me at the right time. They didn't put me in that frame of mind.
But what happened later, though? That's when I come on there and Major Day.
Well, the reason why I had to quickly shut it off yesterday, remember?
Oh, I know that, yeah, you accidentally, I knew what you did. I thought it was funny, sorry.
Yeah. Boy, I was like, all my accounts changing passwords, changing... I had it done in 10 minutes, but boy, I figure somewhere along the line, they're going to beat me to one of those accounts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But no, everything's nice and secure. That was my own stupidity. I'll remember that for the rest of my YouTube days. How freaking dumb do you gotta verbally be to verbally say your password out? But I was in character. I was having fun. I was on a, in a fine, on a roll. Like this morning when I started out before all you nice people joined me. Once again, I was on a roll. So maybe my luck's starting to turn around for me. I know the first half of the year, 2017, just literally kicked my life into a tailspin. But maybe it's starting to come out of it. I don't know. I know.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I sure hope 2018 hurry up and gets here, and it's not a repeat of 2017 because she went into ICU on January 3rd. So it wasn't 3 days into the year, my world just got rocked upside down.
Well, I hope things get better there. But I'm going to jump off there. I'll hope the people listening if you go ahead.
One thing I would like to ask you, being that you were so generous and everything, and now that I'm in a position where about 2 more months I'm going to be caught up, but I probably would have already had this if I wouldn't have been behind. Do you mind if I take some of the donation money that you gave me and buy a flat screen monitor off of eBay to make this easier and clear up my desk screen?
Do I mind?
Yes.
I don't care what you do with it. Do some good with it, whatever that might be. That's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
The majority of it. No, the reason why I'm collecting or willing to accept donations because I had to be talked into it. I don't like begging. I don't like taking money, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Antonio Suarez, Vinny P, and Chris the Truth Seeker set me down and told me, and Antonio made a great statement. The media is making monies off of lies. There's several applications where you can see money being made off of lies. Why shouldn't I be willing to accept a few bucks off the truth, right? So that was slapped me in the back of the head. But the only reason why I was willing to accept it is to secure my internet connection, pay off my own internet connection, feed my critters, and relieve my medical copay on her medicines, because her oxygen machine with our copay is $60 a month. Each one of her emergency inhalers, and she's got 3 different types, each one of our copay on them is over $50 a month. So that's $150, $210. Then the copay for the blood thinners, the steroids, the water pills, the
it's all overpriced.
Yes.
Yes, I have experience with the copay of medicines in the USA, and I used to go buying and getting stuff for people, and often the copay would pay 6 cents on a $35 bottle of pills. You pay like $34.94.
You mean that's what the insurance company picked up?
But I got to jump off there, guys. But no, Himbo, you do what you want with it. And, you know, I'm excited to spend my 39 cents from YouTube.
Well, I sure appreciate that. So I'm going to go ahead and
do what you want. Make it happen.
I appreciate that.
I might jump in later, though. We'll see what happens.
All right. There you go. Have a good day. Be safe out there. There you go, people. Thanks to me being able to get a flat screen monitor, something wider for my control screen. That's what I like about this, the extra monitor. Thanks to Mr. Anderson, a globe believer, a flat earther is going to be able to put on a higher quality of show for the viewing pleasure of truthers across this flat plane. Still there, Jimbo? I see Jibby and everybody else dropped out.
You betcha.
Yeah. Boy, it's good to hear your good knowledge too, man. I haven't heard your voice since before I lost my connection.
Well, I think things have to progress for like technical information in stages, you know. I've been repeating the same thing for a long time about light and other stuff, and you know, I could say it till I'm blue in the face, but it won't help, you know. Like I say, Antonio's post yesterday, about 24 hours ago, I imagine, with the neon and the, you know, inner gases and stuff doing their thing with electricity. You know, it's a big step, but again, there's a big step in understanding what we see as light being emanated from objects and from gases around us. It's the difference. You don't actually see light, it's emanated from things. It's a secondary emission. It's not a primary thing that we see. You know, I keep saying too, as far as waves and particles go, look, we have all different color light rays and spectrum. Well, at the front of every one of those rays is a particle or a photon or an electron or whatever you want to call it. No matter what the frequency behind it, the push at the front produces that disturbance in the electron.
I'm listening to you. I'm still just playing around with the audio just a little bit, trying to get that tinny sound out of it.
Yeah, it gets soupy and stuff. You know, when I go over and I finally get together with Charles the Flat Earth Math, you know, again, it's just a discussion on math. It's not a debate. It's like educational. For anyone who watches it, I think, you know, and I'm going to keep especially the first part, as far as I can do it, as simple and straightforward on, you know, some concepts and theories that will help bring math into a better light for people, better understanding. And it's not an easy task, but it's doable. But you have to understand how they use different symbols, like the plus sign and the minus sign. If I say, and I mean it, there's no such thing as multiplication or division, I really mean it. The fact is, multiplication is simply repeat addition. And division is multiple subtraction of a denominator from a numerator. Well, you know, so the concept of multiply and divide is actually repeat addition and repeat subtraction. So what did they do to get the multiply symbol? They turned the little plus sign on its side. And all you do for division is put the minus beneath or in between your numerator and denominator. It's still a minus sign. It's not a divide sign. It's a repeat subtraction sign. The multiply is the addition, repeat addition. At a conceptual level, if you don't have it straight, what's happening, the rest is Chinese. But try to, keep it a discussion and educative and interesting. And we'll, keep sort of controversial things out. I'm a practical person. I like what I can see, feel, touch, what I know, what I think I know at least, sort of zetetically. So we're not going to be talking orbitals, rockets, curve for Earth curve, or flatness. We'll keep it math. The math is sort of pure, with no issues, I mean, we're talking units. The unit could be anything,
Yeah. Well,
measurements can be anything.
If you remember, I can't remember when we had this conversation, but we have had it before, and I was on board with that before we even had the conversation the first time. How they hide the it's all really all adding, and like when you just take the plus sign and you tip it on a 45 degree, there's your multiplication sign, division, just add 2 dots, it's all a scam. 0 being a number, scam.
Well, even as they sort of have in the wiki for the 2 pi r, well, people forget the 2, that it's very significant in that formula. It's not pi, 3.141, it's 2 pi by the radians. But, it's so convoluted, no one can understand that shit. Because, if you're dealing with half the value of the number that you should be dealing with, what do you got? You got Swiss cheese. It's like they're 8 inches per mile squared, but it only works on a quarter of the ball. As an engineer, I don't care what you are, you can't work on a quarter of a ball, mathematically speaking. It's incomprehensible. A ball has circle has 360 full degrees of radian, of arc radians. When they talk about the formula for acceleration downward, 32 feet per second squared, I guess it is, there's no gravity involved in there. But yet, somehow, they want to throw in some convolution of gravity here and there and this and that. Well, the formula don't even have gravity in it. But oddly enough, that formula at 32 feet per second squared is very similar to the formula for measuring the curve of the Earth. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Well, it's an exponential equation. The numbers add up so fast, it's preposterous near the end.
Yeah.
And,
well, it does have maximum velocity in the equation, though, so it does have that
terminal velocity.
Terminal velocity, yeah, thank you.
For the object, yeah.
Yeah, 32.
And again, I equate it to if we're stationary and bodies at rest tend to stay at rest, well, it's not gravity makes things fall. It's stored potential energy. If you have a 1 pound rock on the ground and you lift it 3 feet in the air and hold it there, you've given that rock, 3 foot-pounds of potential energy. If you let it go, it's falling through gas. It's falling through air. It can't support it. It falls back to the ground and says, poof, I'm back on the ground.
Yeah. To prove that it is potential energy, just take 2 bowling balls or that weigh the same amount and drop one from 3 feet and drop one from 6 feet and watch the reaction, the counter reaction. The one that dropped from 6 feet will bounce higher. How'd that happen? No energy is never expended. It's just transferred. It transferred that energy from a downward motion up into an upwards motion. Why? Because it had more potential energy.
Yeah, if you rub a piece of paper properly and get it really static, it'll pick up iron filings off the table, the counter, whatever. You know, a little bit of a static charge on an object defies gravity. Isn't that strange?
Yep.
I mean, there's so many things that seem to defy this gravity thing. And anyway, I mean, we go back over the same stuff. How does a vacuum exist with the air beneath it without a seal of some kind? It's just preposterous, you know, notions that they have that somehow the air above Earth is met at some specific place or level that, wow, everything beyond it's a perfect vacuum. Yet the air isn't sucked off the face of the planet because of magic gravity. Just gives me a headache now sometimes.
Yeah. There's one the Glovers will always stay away from too. The separation of a vacuum to the positive pressure.
Well, they'll try to say that gravity holds these atoms from the vacuum, you know. I beg your pardon, you know. It just makes no coherent sense, you know.
If that's the case, why isn't it pulling all of it down? Why isn't it already here? There's only a limited amount of oxygen out there, and it's had what? In their model, 6 billion years to pull all that down to Earth. Hey, guess what I started doing? Vaping.
Vaping? No way. Dude, you got like THC vape or something?
THC oil vape.
Yeah? Did you find it pretty good?
Yeah. It's a different type of buzz. I don't get the satisfaction that I do over smoking a joint, but I've been smoking joints for 35 years, so I think that's subconscious.
You put bud into this vaporizer, right? And
well, I got a dry vape pen, but my hookup for the oil gave me the bullet tips that, ironically enough, fit in the dry vape pen. The problem I'm having with it is, though, I can't control the energy level on a dry vape because that takes the maximum amount of power to dry vape versus oil. I think I burn up a coil already. I'm putting too much power to the oil vape part of it. Here, look. I don't know. Let me do a screen share here.
Yeah, you probably need an industrial vape.
Let's see. I can't do a screen share that. I guess you just have to watch the webcam, and I'll show you.
I'm surprised someone hasn't used something like a car lighter type of energy source for a vape pen.
Boy, that'd be some juice, wouldn't it? That would be some juice. So yeah, I think unfortunately it's a brand new bullet tip, but within 4 days I think I'm burning the coil up on it already. So I'm gonna have to get me an actual vape pen where I can control the energy levels. Now get this, my chronic hip pain, just sitting around the house, is gone in 2 days. Although, it wasn't a sharp pain, it was consistent to where I couldn't sit still. I never could sit still. I can sit still now. Her anxiety level due to her COPD and feeling like she's drowning as she's breathing, her anxiety level is gone. She sleeps all night now. This is all in a matter of 4 or 5 days on this stuff. She's actually feeling her bronchial tubes starting to slowly open up. The first day, it was like she pointed at the top of her throat and she says, I can feel it like there. almost like my sinuses are draining and opening, is the way she described it. And then just yesterday, she says, now I can feel it down here, and she was clear down past her larynx, you know, at the bottom base of her neck. So as she describes it, it sounds like the progress is moving closer to her lungs. So I'm documenting this. I'm taking her off the steroids already by means of self-medication. I'm done with these. Well, I think she's done with them. I already was done with them, but I always respected her right to make her own medical decisions. I think she's done with the pharmaceutical companies. She still wants to stay with the family doctor for oversight, but we're weaning her off of the steroids. She got one emergency inhaler for steroids, plus she takes steroid pills, 20 milligrams in the morning, 20 milligrams in the evening. Well, the morning pill already chopped it in half, so now she takes 10 milligrams in the morning, 20 milligrams in the evening. Then I'm going to go for 5 days like that. Then I'm going to go down to 10 milligrams in the morning, 10 milligrams in the evening. Because these steroids has got her so puffed up, retaining so much water. Her feet are so big she can't put on a normal pair. Her old shoes, we had to go out and get some extra wide shoes for her so she could put a pair of shoes on. Not one pair of pants from back when she was 93 pounds fit her anymore, to where we had to go out and get her those stretch pants, almost like maternity pants. Can you picture going from 93 pounds to 150 pounds and in a matter of 2 to 3 months? The strain that would put on your body? She's got to be discomfortable or uncomfortable. But boy, she's sleeping right now. I ought to keep my mouth shut, you know, because this girl, she's been sleep deprived ever since she got out of the hospital in January. An hour here, hour and a half there. But not anymore. She's sleeping. She's getting rest now.
That's right on.
Yeah. So I don't care what the doc's got to say. Matter of fact, we told the doc because steroids mess around with the blood thinner levels. They'll increase the power of how the blood thinners work. And on blood thinners, you want to stay between that magical 2 to 3. Below 2, 1.9, the clotting factor is too much. Above 3, 3.1 or higher, then your blood is too thin. So she's got to stay in that sweet zone. Well, steroids messes with that level a little bit. So as I take her off the steroids, I don't want her clotting factor to go down too much. So
yeah, a lot of things mess with medication, you know. Sometimes even simple foods can screw around with medication.
Yeah. So I called up the Kudadome Clinic and the family doctor and the pulmonary lung specialist and told them all that we're lowering her steroid level. And so we wanted you guys to be aware in case it messes with her blood thinners level. So they set up another appointment for next week to go and have her blood test. She wasn't scheduled for another week after that. But they asked why. And I told them.
Well, here they try to avoid giving people Coumadine and, you know, try as much as they can by using aspirin as a substitute. Especially when people are on other medications and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Coumadine is very hard to control.
If we knew what caused
blood levels and coagulations.
If we knew what caused the original blood clot and knew for sure whether it developed somewhere else, then moved to the lung, or did it develop in the lung? Did she have a fall that would explain for a blood clot? But she didn't, and we can't. I'd go ahead and take her or ask her to remove herself from the blood thinners too, and do that, because I'm an aspirin a day guy. Ever since I was diagnosed with bradycardia.
It might be worth a conversation with the doctor over just the Coumadin and aspirin issue if there's something better that, you know.
Yeah, well, I've already shot that one around with pulmonary lung function or specialist.
Yeah.
And being that the blood clot was in the lung, he doesn't want it, but like I said, we're to the point now with the right to self-medicate, we're overriding doctors' decisions. We still want their suggestions. We don't want taken off their list just because we choose to self-medicate. And in one aspect, they are trying to demonize us a little bit for doing just that. But hey, they're not the ones who watched this perfectly skinny girl balloon up to the point she has to be lifted off the back or off the couch. She has to be lifted off the toilet. You know how embarrassing that would have to be to call for help to get off the toilet? I couldn't picture it. Something just happened to the color on my second monitor. Oh, well, I ain't gonna worry about it. Thanks to Mr. Anderson, I'm gonna be replacing it shortly.
Well, I'm hooking up with my dentist today for cleaning and stuff, so I gotta get ready and eat some breakfast.
There you go.
Brush and floss and try to get rid of my hairy tongue.
Hey, I'm gonna try to get the
Maybe in shape.
I'm going to try to get the format of my show back to the way it was when it was a nice, friendly, good quality show with the open door policy. So please join us some more if you get a chance.
You betcha, Hillbilly.
All right, I appreciate that. Always, I love having you on, man. You always bring something new to the table.
Well, we'll try to keep it a little science, a little math, and a little, like, burn barrel politics.
There you go.
I'll be good.
All right, you have a safe day and enjoy it, all right?
Hang tight. Yeah, you enjoy that, Hillbilly.
Right.
Bye, all.
Well, people, here we go. All by myself. Don't make me go full-blown hillbilly on you, because, goddamn it, you know I do it. Excuse the GD. I gotta stop that. Yes, I do. Anyways, let's go ahead and figure out something to talk about until somebody comes on and says that they want to join us, because to tell you the truth, Hillbilly ain't ready to shut up yet. No, sir, he's not. See, what? Mama's saying that she's hungry, though. I might have to stop and make Mama some breakfast. I don't know. Maybe I can talk her into eating some donuts. Got some donuts up on top of the refrigerator. Swell mouth with ACV and swallow. ACV, what the hell's ACV? Don't know what ACV is, but let me go ahead and put this down since I don't need it right now. Let's see what we got going there. That's trending. Flat Earth testing audio. Well, hell, there's a resource I don't need to be playing right there. Let's kill that. I don't even think I need that browser right now. Oops, somebody sent me a message or something going on. Hillbilly Heaven for Truth is live right now. Boy, look at there. You talk about a purty raccoon. We got us a purty raccoon. Speaking of that, Rakin, are you awake over there? Why ain't I heard nothing out of you yet? Rakin. There you go. I tapped on his cage, got his attention. At least I know he's alive, because normally he's a rowdy little critter by now. Let's see. I sure wish I could fix this audio issue for the final fine-tuning, because last thing I want is Kathleen out there to have to listen to broken audio. I think she was the only one complaining about broken audio, so the issue may be on her end. So I'm going to give it time to play out. Time to play out, since we know that my audio repairs or restoration is making forward progress. I don't want to make a back step, because boy, we all remember what happened yesterday when I had to go down and get me another cup of coffee from the corner store. Boy, did I pierce your guys' eardrums for the 7 or 8 minutes that I was gone. I pierced Mrs. Hillbilly's eardrum too. Google me, Alice Craig, 33, New York. I don't know if that's somebody trying to troll and... no, me and 4 other people have audio issues. How many people is out there in Texas right now? 15? Ooh, that's batting 33%. Oh man, how's come these numbers always work out of there? If you and 4 other people, that's 5. Well, I guess that'd be, 33%. 5 out of 15, that's 33%. How does this 33 always pop up? So let me figure out that one. And I tell you what, it may be my problem coming through with USB mic. They're not having a USB mic, which I'll correct that too. All right. So all this stuff, the raccoon breaking my M key. You should have seen, people. Let me bring up OBS so I can give you a demonstration on what happened. Okay, screen share right there. Rakin was sitting up here on this shoulder, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, he launched himself going over to the desk. Normally he'll rock, and I get a good idea when he's going to launch himself, and I just simply put my hand up and stop him. But he caught me off guard, and I was sitting back a little bit, so it's quite a distance up to my keyboard, and he landed with his front paws right there in between the M and the J key, and his back legs didn't quite make it. So his claw must have got in there just right and popped my M key right off. Well, you know, keyboard like that, you think, well, you simply just push it back on place and reconnect it. But no, it wasn't that simple. It wasn't that simple. It's sitting there on a rocky shape. And now when I go to use it, if I got to spell or do a spell check with any letter that has gosh darn it, another one with audio issues. Spell check with boy, I was in a good mood there thinking my audio issues were fixed, but now I'm starting to see all this. But anyways, spell check with anything that has the letter M in it. So if you see me make typos by means of no M in a word that should have an M, thank Rakin, my raccoon. That's his fault. But that too will be corrected this week. Let's see, I hate to say it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and end this hangout so I can go back and listen to the audio and then troubleshoot the audio issue as I hear it on the playback. So to each and all of you, my good friends all across this flat plain, enjoy your Saturday. I I am Political Hillbilly. You are at Hillbilly Heaven channel. Today is July 15th, 2017. Wherever you are across this flat plain, don't forget, at 12 noon, your time this month is officially half over. Where did the time go? But until then, we know how it goes, people. Now it's time to say goodbye to Hillbilly and his friends. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping, helping of truth and reality. What is the reality of the day? Reality of the day is my audio issue problems are getting less severe. Okay, I don't know. Reality of the day, trolls will always remain ignorant. That one nobody can deny. Until then, people, peace, see ya. Trolls wouldn't want to be ya.